Welcome back. This is the AFCON Daily Show on Citi TV. Let's get into the next thing on the show. We'll get back to the fixtures in a second, though. But let's look at the flops of the tournament. Now, in every competition, you expect some players or some teams to do well. Some do well, actually. Others do not. Others struggle to succeed and shine, and they end up being flops and getting huge thumbs down. So let's look at the people who failed to shine and glitter. Daniel, Susu's helping us with that?
Yeah.
Or we have things... Well, Suzuki.
Well, give us the numbers.
We compiled a list based on fan opinion, some numbers. I mean, we as a team, fan opinions, numbers, and I don't want to say who mentioned whose name. We won't go into that. I only agree with one of the players, just as a disclaimer. But we'll start in alphabetical order. No order is alphabetical order. So our first flop of the tournament, Ayew.
How?
So 1 goal, 0 assist, 1 chance created, and 62% pass completion. I'll pass him over to Fence to give us his judgment, whether he agrees or disagrees with.
Do you agree? Yes or no?
Andre. Listen, man. More claps than goals. Stop. What's this too funny?
That's so unfair.
More claps than goals, obviously. More captain armbands. More press conferences. More mixed zones. More Ishallahs than anybody in the competition. He has supervised. Hold on.
It denigrates our work when you do these things.
And he has supervised the worst campaign at the AFCON in Ghana's history. Look, I like Ayew. He's expected. I mean, he's done it in previous tournaments for this country. He's been there. He's the country's all-time highest goal scorer at the AFCON. But I think all of those goals mean nothing if you don't progress out of the group stages or at least go farther than where Ghana ended up in this competition. I like Ayew mostly because I think that he has heart, he has desire. But I don't like him because I think that he is over-fixated on the idea that he is destined to lead the country somewhere. And that is why he fails to see when he's performing poorly. In the game against Morocco, he was played as a false 9 or our number 9. He was supposed to be a striker. He spent more time in the in our own defensive area trying to clear chances than any other player. What he's supposed to be scoring.
I remember after that game,
don't stop me, don't interrupt me.
No, relax. You highlighted those same numbers.
Yes.
You said on the defensive side.
Okay, I don't like this. I don't like it. Don't make me seem like I'm contradicting myself.
No, I'm just asking the question.
I am going on, and I'm saying that, yes, those defensive numbers were impressive, but that's not really his primary job. I've changed my mind. It's possible. So that's not his primary job. His primary job is to score. And he didn't score in that game, didn't create any opportunities, did absolutely nothing, walked around, clapped around for 70 minutes. The first 30 minutes he was active. Then the remaining 70 minutes he just clapped around and did nothing. If you're a responsible player, you have to recognize where your talents are, where your strengths are. If you can't last 90 minutes, it's not compulsory. If your contribution is 30 minutes, let it be 30 minutes, but effective 30 minutes. I think he did himself a great disservice in this tournament by insisting on playing. And I say insist because we heard the stories. Let nobody come and tell me that he didn't leave himself on the pitch. We know. And we have been told that he was even making decisions on who else should stay on the pitch. So he is in a position to make a decision for he himself or staying on the pitch or going off. The game against Morocco, absolutely non-existent. The game against Gambia, I'm still very angry with him. You know why? Because he scores a fantastic goal. He contributes immensely in the first half. In the second half, he's piss poor, he's absent, he's gone on holiday. He gets the one opportunity where he has to pass the ball to an opposing player to try and score. He doesn't pick the pass, and then we go on and we draw the game. He comes in, he completely disrespects, and that's part of the reason we lost to Comoros. He comes in, he says, we are Ghana, we are going to beat Comoros and qualify. And he says, Inshallah, we are going. You don't have that right to do that. All right, you don't control. Look at your performance. So he failed to see that we were poor. He had his eye on beating Comoros instead of actually realizing and sitting with the team and recognizing that it is important for us to go and play as a team. And then in the game against Comoros, he goes in. He should be smarter than that. You stick your leg out, red card, off.
Fent hasn't said anything. Okay, I'm just asking. He has said he has spoken.
He hasn't said it. After the Morocco game, he came here and he defended the fact that Ayew played a huge, made a huge contribution defensively. If the coach gives you a job to do and you do it, why are you sitting here saying you expected him to do something? Are you the coach? If the coach didn't take him off after 70 minutes, you are saying he had the power to. Since when the players have the power to say, hey, sub this, sub this? The coach didn't take him off, and you are blaming Nketiah said it, so you are.
So he was there, were you there?
So the coach couldn't yank him off if the coach saw the need to.
Because the coach can't. The coach is afraid of him.
Okay, Daniel, so I take it you disagree.
He's not a flop of the competition. How can
so
anymore for Ghana?
Anymore.
May not be the biggest
I agree
flop,
with Daniel's last point that the coach makes the subs. Let's not blame. Let's talk about what he did on the pitch, not
okay.
But what he did on the pitch was
so give us. Okay,
let's move on.
Like I said, alphabetical order, no ranking.
Yeah.
Mohamed Salah.
He has flopped.
I think 1 goal, 0 assists, 10 shots, 65% chance pass completion.
It's not good enough.
Even though they've gone to the quarterfinal, some say it's not good enough.
Okay.
Like
but
I
he's
said,
still alive.
I will offer no competition.
Why is Susu saying some? You agree? You are saying some say it's not good enough. You agree? Say
so you think Salah was a flop or is a flop?
No, Salah is not doing well. Salah is not doing per Egypt's model. He's supposed to be at the end of the chances. He's not doing enough.
Okay.
That's not his fault.
That's not his fault.
So I can use the same argument. That's the coach's fault. You don't play a strategy.
He's not doing enough.
No, he's doing enough.
Did you see his pass completion? 65%.
But how many strikers have better pass completion than 65%?
When you say flop of the competition, when you say flop of the competition, we look at your potential and the numbers you actually give.
And I'm saying
Salah is not a 65%.
And I'm saying that generally attackers have the lowest pass completion. Defenders have the highest. Midfielders have the second highest. The strikers have the lowest. It's normal. This is a very average number.
How many shots? 1 goal? Are you kidding me?
Because he's always trying to pick teammates. The team is not running into position.
Let's move it on. Next one.
Salah has been brilliant. His team is in the quarterfinals. They probably make the semis.
Fine.
Just to add to what Fen said, 65% is still bad, even if you're a striker. I think okay for a striker is 70%.
Compared to the other strikers he plays,
okay, let's move on.
His numbers are not better.
10 shots, 1 goal.
For Mohamed Salah, you are saying
Susu, who's next?
Riyad Mahrez. I think this one is a bit easier. I mean, Algeria went out.
0 goals, 0 assists, 4 shots.
I think we all agree.
I think we can
because
agree.
I will spend my energy arguing on this
3 matches and he had just 4 shots.
Yes.
It's not serious.
Okay, let's move. Let's move on.
Okay. Another Ghanaian player, Thomas Partey.
By far.
Okay.
This is what should have come first.
As the flop of the tournament.
Yes.
Okay. So
Thomas wasn't a flop.
He didn't do too well then.
Thomas wasn't a flop.
It wasn't a flop.
I think Daniel should argue why he was a flop because we got Andre we got Fenty to argue against.
No, do you know why I think Thomas was a flop?
I think you should go
Thomas
ahead.
was supposed to control our midfield. He was supposed to have a hold of our midfield. Against Gabon, we completely lost it in the second half. He was non-existent. Against Comoros,
because he was playing with one other player whose legs were gone. How could he perform?
What are you telling me? Against Comoros?
Yes.
Up to 20 minutes when we stayed, in fact 27 minutes when we were level. Comoros were still dominating. You see, Thomas didn't do it. He himself knows. And he finished there, he went, and the following day he was playing for Arsenal.
But
and he got a red card.
Yes, Thomas may not have played well, but he's definitely not a flop. In the Ghana team, he was one of our better players.
That's what I said earlier. When you say flop, you look at the person's ability, his potential, versus the output. Ayew right now is less of a star than Thomas Partey.
He's a top scorer in the Qatari league.
Everybody was okay. Let's move on. Don't do this.
Thomas. I'm just going to say this. Thomas Partey, of all the players that we had in this competition, he was our second best player, only second to Chere.
Okay.
Wolakot was our best player since we are being ridiculous.
Wolakot
was our best, followed by Andy Adam, then Baba Rahman, then Wati Adam. Then Mino was the best coach of the competition.
Wolakot was our second best player. In fact, our third best player. Number 1, Chere. Number 2, Partey. Number 3, Wolakot. Number 4.
Okay, fine. All right, let's move on.
And we have our last player, Crystal Palace's Wilfred Zaha.
I'm happy he's gone home.
7 shots, no chance created. He played 155.
Scored a crucial penalty.
Does that count?
No, he doesn't. Miss it. When Bailly missed his...
No, I'm just saying that in the shoot as well. So no, he added to his stats.
When Bailly missed his, it didn't count.
No, when Bailly it didn't count. I don't like the way Fenty.
You don't understand me. I'm saying that. Do you add the penalty shootout?
I'm saying that he's not had the chances on the field. He's had the chance in the penalty, and he took it brilliantly. And you said, does that count? And I'm saying, if he doesn't count, ask Bailly whether
will you add a player's kick in a penalty shootout to his tally?
No, I'm saying that the penalty counts with pressure.
Zaha was shouting and fighting with everybody. When he came to Andrea, you said more claps than anybody. More what than anybody.
So
Zaha was
more fights.
You see, the head coach of Cote d'Ivoire didn't even deem him good enough to be starting him in games. That shows how he flopped.
You see, you bring one of your best players to the tournament, you don't start
Who's
him.
one of the best?
No, but the point is that
how is he one of the best players?
In
Bomel didn't start him.
In Bomel's estimation, he probably didn't
He's
think
not
that
one of the
Zaha-
best.
No,
He
Bomel is
started
incompetent. That's why he will lose his job.
In place of Zaha.
Let's try and wrap it up.
Zaha started one. Max Gradel is 35 and plays in the Turkish league, so you have to address that point when you are defending Zaha. Why was
the same reason we are playing 33-year-old Andre and benching Pencil? It's normal.
They don't play the same position though, friends. I think that's a bit
You
of
see. No.
They are
Pencil can absolutely replace the day and we'll have no problem. So don't go there.
We have. You see. Let me just take you back to the game after the game before Gabon. He said himself that the only person who can get us goals consistently is Andrea. Today you are saying we can replace.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up.
Don't do that.
I'm sure the discussion should
We are arguing on the merits of today's
You are
topic.
confusing
Stop using things from 5 episodes ago.
Okay, all right,
No,
guys, let's end it.
I have changed my mind.
That's been another episode of the AFCON Daily Show. I'm sure the arguments will continue wherever you are on the flops of the tournament and who did well and who did not do well. We are back on Monday with more, looking over the quarterfinals, and then we'll look ahead to the semi-finals and everything in between. This has been the AFCON Daily Show. We are back on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Watch the games. Monday we'll come back to run our rule over everything that has happened in the AFCON last week. We'll catch you then. Have a good one.